Today I have a serious problem. I've picked these items from my mood board because I want to make a belly band out of these items. When I saw these items in my mood board the first time, I thought, this is a belly band. I don't know why, but from the very beginning I knew that I want to make a belly band out of these things. And today I wanted to record this video and I thought, okay, that seems to be a belly band, but we need some additional items to make that complete. And I thought about what ideas are in my head to make this complete. And then I had the problem that I thought, ooh, I want to use my newest ephemera pack. So this is the Grungy Fairies ephemera pack from my Etsy shop. I've just printed that out and cut everything out. I thought I want to use that. And then I have read some comments from you that were below my past videos, and some of you have asked me about the vintage photos that I've used in my last video in combination with those pockets that we've made out of the envelopes. And you've said the people on those photos could perhaps look like fairies if you add some things to them. So is it possible to add additional things to a vintage photo to make them into fairies? So I took out my paper dolls by Tim Holtz. As you can see, I haven't opened them yet because they just arrived and I've bought them. I've never had those before and I thought, okay, they are here. I want to use them and I want to try out what you have suggested. Okay, problem. This, the ephemera pack, this, how can that work? What is my idea for today? And after that, I had to clean my desk here to prepare my video setup. And on my desk, there were these both pieces here from my last die cutting. And they were laying on top of each other exactly like this. And I think now you can't see that so good. So let me place that on a neutral background. So look at this. Isn't this just great? This looks so cool. So this is just a torn piece from another die cut. I had a little problem and the die cut failed, and this was, yeah, a piece of that. And here you can see I have cut out this flower and I wanted to make something totally different out of that. And then I saw this and I thought, can we put this to an embellishment? Can we put this to a belly band? Okay, and now I'm sitting here with, yeah, 3 different ideas and I don't know what to do. And then I thought, okay, if I have this problem, let's solve this problem. And my solution for today is I will go with all of those 3 ideas. I will make several belly bands and I will try to include all of my ideas to those belly bands. Then in the end, I will hopefully, don't know if that will work, but in the end, I will hopefully have more than one belly band with all of these ideas included to them. And yeah, so this is an ephemera experiment, belly band ephemera experiment. So let's see if that can work. So first of all, I think we are going to need a base for the belly bands. As you can see, that is a lot. We have some tuck spots here, we have some banners, we have journaling cards and all that stuff that you would need to decorate your journal. But we also have these journaling cards here, and I think that could be a great base for the belly bands. Here is this small thing here, not small, but a narrow thing that could also be a nice base for a belly band, I guess. And we also have this contrasting color. And I think that we can make a base out of these. And while I'm putting this away, I'm just thinking that perhaps these tags could also be something that could be put on top of a belly band. And I think the colors with the Tim Holtz paper dolls would be really, really great. Look at this. Okay, so let's keep these in mind as well. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to think about how high and how wide my belly band can be. For that, I have chosen this DIN A4 page, and I have folded that in half because I know that my journal later on will be DIN A5. So that means this page is my reference for the size. And I want to have my belly bands a little bit grungy. I want to back these things here with something else. And since we have these little marks here in the printable, you know, this Grungy Fairies kit is a collaboration with Kerstin at House of Chaos Art, and she has made some of the elements that are in this kit. For example, this here, this paper scrap with these black marks here. And I thought it could be a great idea to have this pattern in the background. So for that I have taken out some book pages because she has made this on book pages as well. And I thought perhaps we can sew some book pages together so that we have the writing of the page in the background, and then make some similar marks like Kerstin has made on her book pages. And then we could bring that to the back of the ephemera paper. So why is that so here? That doesn't matter. Okay, so let's see if this is like this. We have to cut this a little bit, I think, because otherwise we can't see anything from the book page. But I think that I want to have it not like this. Let me think about that. Let's just tear this white thing here off, and here perhaps as well, so that we are left with the writing of the page, so that we don't have any white space here. I think that's great. Let's take a ruler for that, so that we can tear that more easily. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so now we can just glue that together here so that we have the right height here for the page. Because later on I want to have this sewn here and here so that we have the belly band like this, so that we can fill it from here or from the other side. Like this. And of course we can also do the same method in this direction and just make it as wide as the page is, so like this. That also would be possible, of course. And now I will prepare some pieces like this, some that can go in this direction and some that can go in this direction, so that we have enough for the next steps. Okay, so here we go. Next I'm going to take some black acrylic paint to paint those little thingies. Okay, I've dried these with my heat gun, and now we can decide what we want to put on top here. I love this stitching really much. I've tried to vary my stitching a little bit, so I went a little bit crazy here and there, as you can see perhaps here. And I've also tried to break this rectangle here and there a little bit. So the piece of paper here is a rectangle, but my sewing is something like an oval. I think that looks really interesting. I tried to stay a little bit more calm here with the zigzag stitching, not so wild, also interesting, I would say. And here I have straight stitching varied with some zigzag. I think that looks interesting. Okay, so now we have to decide, do we want to grunge up the edges a little bit more before we start decorating this? I'm not totally sure, and I'm also not sure what to do with this piece, because this was the original inspiration for the belly band. But I think I already have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could cut that into small pieces and use one on each belly band, and I think that looks really, really cool. Okay, so then we had this fabric from the mood board. Yeah, so I think we could just place the fabric underneath of this strange material that we've added before. Here on this printable we have some colors that are not part of the mood board yet, but I have thought about those colors when I made the ephemera pack, and of course I have thought about the colors that I've put in there additionally, and those colors will fit to each other, of course. So we just have to find some more fabric or lace or that stuff in that color. Okay, so we had this, and we also had some buttons there. So I'm just thinking how I could manage that, because I can reproduce such scraps, of course, but I need a shape around the white piece, so I can't use it as it is. That looks a little bit strange, but perhaps we could try to punch a circle out of this. Or what would happen if we would just cut around here so that it stays in this flower shape? That looks not so bad. I mean, why not? I really, really like this here for some reason, but the button has the wrong color. Yeah. Okay, so that is totally great. I really, really love that. That looks really, really interesting in my eyes. I really love that. So now I will just reproduce these little things here, the white flower and the black flower. I will just die cut them out, and I will put some more of these arrangements to these both belly bands, and I guess perhaps to this one as well, or perhaps we could also make 3 of them in a row or something like that. And if you are interested in which die cuts I have used, that are these here. So this is this one. 664418 is the number, and this cuts normally something like this, so this whole sheet of flowers, and that's where this little tiny thing came from. That was just teared from here, and the white flower comes from this set here. So that was this one. Normally, if you cut that out, it looks like this. And the rest, or I mean the negative thing, then looks like this. I have in the meantime cut out some different shapes from this set as well. So I've used this one here and this one additionally, because I thought that we can have some variations on our belly bands later that could look really great if the flower is not always one and the same. I will list these die cuts made by Zizix, designed by Tim Holtz, down below for you in the description box if you're interested to check those out. So the number for the flowers is 661806. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Let's see how this can work on the other belly bands. Okay, so we have these both belly bands left. These are the both, as you can see, with those tag shapes. And the last idea that I have told you about in the very beginning was to use a vintage photo. In this case, I have chosen the Tim Holtz paper dolls. Oh, come on. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome here on my desk. Oh. And turn such a vintage photo into a fairy. Okay. I see these for the first time, so I have to come into this feeling to have them. So let's see. Oh, that would be great. This dress already looks like she wants to be here, I guess. Okay, decision made. We will go with her. Yes. Okay, so this is approximately the position. Approximately. And now I think they need some wings or something like that. But I don't want to give them butterfly wings or something like that. I mean, that would be the most obvious thing to do. I want to try to take pieces of this die cut here as well and try to get a similar look for the wings like we have on the flowers on the other belly bands. I have no idea if that will work, but we will see. And of course, this you could also do with a normal vintage photo. It doesn't have to be the Tim Holtz paper doll, of course, or one of those. That was not a sentence, sorry. You could also take a normal vintage photo that you have and then cut out the person that is shown there. You could also take a family photo or something like that and make a black and white copy if you don't have an original vintage photo. And then just try to make this a little bit more fairy-ish. Okay, so here I'm back with some flowers cut out from different materials, book pages, black scrapbooking paper and white watercolor paper. And I also have cut this thing in black, but the longer I look at this, the less I like it. I don't know what that is, but I think that my feeling comes because the tag and this rectangle is not harmonious with this image. And for me, even if I don't think about this, this is still too boring. Absolutely too boring. I don't know why, but I don't like that. I want to change that. Okay, so let's see what else do we have in the ephemera pack. Ooh. I mean, can I really cover up this owl? Not so bad. Not so bad. I mean, this looks way, way better. I've also thought about putting my own fairies from the printable in combination with those paper dolls. I think that would also look not so bad. Why not trying to get a really weird combination so that it is really, you know, this kind of unusual look. Okay, so here we go. This is my solution. This is now a belly band that has not the proportions that I've originally planned, but that's no problem, of course. Later on we can glue that here in the top area and here so that we can tuck something behind here or from here. And I really, really like how this came out, especially the combination between my own printable and this paper doll. It looks so weird that at the same time it's totally cool. The same with this one. I think I like this one even better than the other one, but they match each other so well. I'm totally amazed how this came out. And to be honest, I have not expected that I can bring so many different ideas into one project. I mean, now we have these both, and we have also all of these, and if that isn't cool, I can't help you. So I'm really happy with this. And look at this. I mean, originally the idea was to put the buttons on top of the flowers. We have no buttons here, but it matches each other. We have the fabric and this strange piece, I mean these both here, on every of the other belly bands, and not here. And here I've only included the fabric, and that doesn't matter. Can you see that it's not so important that you don't have exactly the same things on every piece? I mean, if that would be in one junk journal later, it would be totally fine and it would look amazing, I think. What I think in this moment is we could perhaps place this here later, like this, and add another button here. That would be a possibility, but not totally necessary, I would say. But it would look cute, I think. Yeah, why not? And this color is also the color of the dress of this fairy, so it looks a little bit cohesive, I would say. Okay, so I hope that you could get some inspiration from this, and to all of you who suggested to turn the vintage photos into some fairies, thank you so much. I hope that I could manage it so that you like it as well, and perhaps you would like to try that out for your own journal. See you the next time. Bye bye!